Good day everyone, my name is Freda Puyanding with ID number 8305-1313-5924. Currently I'm taking course in Bachelor Nursing Science at the OUMH1303. Today I'm going to give an informative speech about how important is the formal education. In my humble opinion, education is a necessary part of life both personally and socially. How educated a society should be? Well, that is up for discussion for today. Maybe for some people just 12 years is enough, but for others a minimum is 16 or in my case 21 years. It all depending on the career, the personal goal and the financial expectation available for each individual. What I think it is true is that education is necessary for everyone. It is the level of knowledge that helps people to earn respect, recognition, empathy, and a deep understanding about ourselves and the world we live in. But however, the inequality of education throughout the world is still a major issue that needs our urgent attention and therefore needs to be carefully analyzed to come up with useful strategy to be put into place. Thus, create advanced program to reduce the illiteracy rates that is preventing the advancements of certain countries in the world. The importance of education is undeniable for every single person. It goes without saying that education has a positive effect on human life. Education is life itself. If possible, everyone should study. Only with the coming of education, people will gain knowledge and enhance their views and ideas about life and the world in general. We need to enhance our level of creativity and constantly challenge our mind. For an example, learning by traveling, learning history, moving to another country, learning a new language, or as simple as just reading a book. That gives people a huge amount of information about anything they are interested, such as learning about the way of life in other country or your favorite country, learning about their culture and political view. All that itself is education. The more educated and civilized people are, and the less war we would have in the world. People would be able to communicate better and thus get along with each other. In countries where residents are not able to receive an appropriate education, life cannot be as thriving and prosperous as countries where there is a high standard of living and where a majority of its citizens educated. Secondly, education plays an essential role on our society since we cannot compete in the international area or properly function without a significant amount of people who specialize and have expertise in such area of international relations, science, medicine, and socio-political affairs, just to mention some. Education is the lifeblood of our life, thus, for everything seems to revolve around this element. It is a crucial element for civilization of our human society and evolutions. Not only does it help us develop healthy surroundings, but it also generates and advances a community. As a matter of fact, almost everything we created today is based on the knowledge that we obtain throughout our life by way of education. Knowledge assists scientists in inventing equipment and devices. The end result is the super advanced and amazing technology that we enjoy today, right? So, the more developed life becomes, the more necessary education is for everyone, and henceforward, the more comfortable our life will be. Although education has a significant influence on life and also a great impact in our society, that comes to mind that sadly in many poverty-stricken onward infested countries, or the so-called developing country. The average education is not affordable or in some places even possible to obtain. Fortunately, nowadays with the help of many educational organizations, monetary donations, volunteer and traveling teacher, as a result, many countries will greatly benefit from this world effort. Some developing countries have already taken matters into their own hands. They have implemented some successful programs and valuable strategies to resolve the ailing problems of affordable education for all. My personal story is such I was one of the typical students who just go to school just for compulsory like my other siblings or friends in just for a requirement. I was very lucky to have obtained to finish my study until secondary level in trying my luck in nursing college with an average result, and I was accepted in nursing college until I completed my diploma, and now I am doing my bachelor nursing science. That doesn't happen very often, unlike my other friends. Though it happened to me and I thank God for it. That's a huge achievement in life for me. Yes, indeed it was my doing, also a complete effort in my part and a collection of many positive study habits that I cultivated along the way. Of course, it is much easier to say than done. I have spent many of my times in theory in class and practicing in hospital and preparing for exam, all that while now working full-time as a nurse and in the meantime doing my degree. Nowadays, I look back on those frustrating days of college and the millions of sacrifice that I made just for the coveted price of a beautiful diploma and now degree. All for the price of knowledge. I did everything that I was supposed to do just to get my education. Without the rite of passage of yours, your college diploma or degree, many of those wonderful opportunities out there could not be accessible to you. Henceforth, in today's day, we are trying to make education global and achievable for everyone, particularly to give the much needed skill for the disabled and elder citizens and monetary help to support the educational needs for the citizens of the lower income brackets. Although the educational system from different countries are not similar, still it should be the responsibility of the governments of every country to educate its people and to all share a common goal, which is to provide its citizens a suitable and proper education. So in my conclusions, education is absolutely beneficial for our society and it's a lifelong process that takes a long time to achieve. Anywhere between 18 to 22 years to get a bachelor and graduate school, and sometimes even more years to take. Our society needs to have a modern and effective educational system, one who will prepare our children for a challenging and competitive world. Every government of any country needs to make a serious effort to increase literacy to fight for a common goal which enables the common man to get the tools and skill he needs through education, thus achieve success in all areas of their life. So that's all for my informative speech today, particularly about education. Thank you for listening.